Hello, today we are going to take just a couple of minutes and talk about polytheism and introduce you to Hammurabi. So we talked about the word polytheism in our first set of Mesopotamia notes, and if we remember, that vocab word means the belief in or worship of more than one god, and the Mesopotamians were certainly polytheistic. So a big part of their religion were their temples or their ziggurats, which would have been at the center of their town. And I just quickly wanted to take a look at some of the different gods. So the Babylonians and the Assyrians took quite a lot of inspiration from the Sumerians when it came to the gods that they personally worshipped. So taking a look at the Sumerians first, they had a god named Anu, who was the god of the heavens and the king of the gods. They also had a god named Utu, who was the god of the sun, as well as justice and the law. And then a god named Enlil, who was the god of air, wind, and storms. They held the tablets of destiny, is what the Mesopotamians believed, which gave Enlil the control over the fate of man. And it was believed that he was so powerful that the other gods would not even look at him. Now, taking a look at the Babylonians, they had a god named Marduk, who was their primary god. Tiamat was their goddess of the sea. And then Shamash was the Babylonian version of Utu, so their god of justice and the law. Now, these lists do not have all of the gods and goddesses that the Sumerians and Babylonians worshipped, but it just gives you a little bit more of a clear picture of the different types of gods they had as part of their religion. Next up, we are going to look at this segment of a video that we've seen in the past just to help review the importance of religion to the Mesopotamians.
That reminds me, I should write something about our religion. It plays a big part in our lives. We believe in 7 great gods of the earth, sky, sun, moon, salt water, fresh water, and wind. My city, Nippur, is protected by the god Enlil, the god of wind. We believe he lives in his temple on top of the ziggurat. We spend a lot of time praying to our gods. A lot of people even make a little statue of themselves praying and leave it in the temple. The statues keep on praying while the people go about their daily chores. Our priests hold ceremonies to honor the gods and offer them food twice each day. My older brother Shulgi is a priest in the ziggurat. Only priests are allowed inside. Shulgi reminds me of that every chance he gets. We believe the gods own the land and everything on it. So we give the gods everything we grow. Then the priests share it with all the people. They make sure everyone gets enough.
Okay, so again, that was just a nice little summary of the importance of the gods and their religion to the Mesopotamians. Quickly looking at just a few more interesting facts that have to do with their religion. The Sumerians, their gods often had human characteristics, and that meant that they were sometimes good and sometimes bad, which is different because many gods were thought to have been kind of a perfect, idealistic character. And then, although Anu was an important Mesopotamian god, archaeologists have yet to find a picture of him or any kind of carving or painting. The Mesopotamians also believed in genies, demons, and evil spirits. The god Shamash was served, or believed to have been served, by scorpion people, which were a combination of man and scorpion. And they believed that the earth floated on an ocean of fresh water. And last but not least, Greek mythology likely borrowed many ideas from the Mesopotamian gods. Next up, I just briefly want to introduce to you Hammurabi. So Hammurabi, he was the first great king of Babylon and reigned from 1792 BCE to 1750 BCE. Hammurabi is most famous for his code of laws, and they were first written down on clay tablets and then etched into stone. His code of laws is one of the oldest recorded codes of laws in the world, and one of the best surviving examples of the code is written on the diorite stele that you can see to the left. This is actually currently being housed in Paris at the Louvre Museum. So what made this code important? So the code itself tells archaeologists and people like ourselves a lot about the daily lives of the people of Babylon, and it contained a few really important ideas. So especially the ideas of having to provide evidence to prove that somebody committed a crime, and then also people being innocent until proven guilty, which is something that we still do today. Another very unique fact about Hammurabi's code is all of his laws were written in a very consistent format. So if this happens, then this is the consequence. An example that you can see is if a man knock out the teeth of his equal, his teeth shall be knocked out. So if two guys got in a fight and one of them punched the other one and they knocked out their teeth, if they were of the same social class, then the guy that punched the other person and knocked out his teeth, he would have to have his teeth knocked out as the consequence for that crime. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this. We are going to dive farther into Hammurabi's code and comparing it and contrasting it to today and the laws that we see in our society, and talk more deeply about that in the coming week. But after this, don't forget to go and do your check for understanding. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.